And that's a wrap on the Battle to the Bottom semi-finals. 4 ships went in, only 2 can go on to the finals. We're going to go through that today and also see who might be going in for 3rd and 4th place. First off the bat, let's see what is moving on to go into the finals of the Battle to the Bottom. Alright, let's get into it, everyone. On to match 1, we have the HMS Drake versus the Italian Leone with 227 votes in. The HMS Drake wins it with 69% of the vote. Nice. But let's actually get into it. Someone actually decided to defend Leone in comments. Most people were just dunking on Drake, and don't worry, we'll get to those comments as well. But we have Scotch Order 6877 here. Drake is bad, but I can't stand Leone. I've seen some highly skilled players make Drake work in ranked, even though I don't like it. Leone is perhaps the least desirable destroyer at tier 6, and I couldn't agree more. I've seen Drake's work, and there is a bit of a Drake cult behind it, but it definitely is still pretty darn bad and warrants its position in going to the finals here. But the Leone is not too far behind and may actually be able to get into 3rd place with that. So let's go into other comments bashing the Drake, because oh boy, there were plenty of them. We have Rapid Reload here with Drake is an XP pinata for the enemies. Pretty much with how much health it has. Now we have Gummy Cat 7 here with that nerfed AA really does it for me. You know, since Drake was a great AA ship before the nerf. Oh yeah, insane AA before that nerf. Why wargaming? I don't get it, but let's go finally on to Call Deep. Leone may have low damage output and may sometimes fail to do basic destroyer things, but it can still stealth torp and do a little bit of scouting, maybe. Drake is a big nasty shell magnet that high tier enemy battleships and carriers use for target practice because it ain't gonna hurt you back, ever. The choice is clear for me. No break for Drake. I like that because Drake is moving on to the finals of the Battle to the Bottom. Now moving on to match 2, we had the roller coaster of the juggernaut that is the HMS Hawkins versus the dark horse of the Dutch low tiers, getting this far with 199 votes. The HMS Hawkins wins handily by 72%, but I've got a few screenshots over the day where actually the Dutch low tiers were winning off the rip, and they were holding it up until about 50 to 60 votes, and then it went right for the HMS Hawkins, clearly showing that once everyone woke up, yeah, pretty much everyone went, nah, the Hawkins is going to the finale. We are not letting this happen. We are not letting the travesty happen. But the Dutch low tiers are going up against the IT Leone to see which one of the 4 of them are going to get into 3rd place here, with the HMS Hawkins moving on to the finals. Now moving on to the comments of this match, we have one person actually defending the Dutch low tiers. Most everyone was just saying the Hawkins needs to win, but we'll get to those comments as well. We have Randolph Von Hook here with the Hawkins sucks. There's no escaping that fact, but it's just a tier 5 and you're past it relatively quickly. I don't think there's anything relatively quickly about the Hawkins in that, but okay. I don't have much trouble in Hawkins personally. The Dutch low tiers are garbage and a slog you have to force yourself to play through or use free XP. The savings grace for them is that the tier 6 Kilthorn is where the line starts to turn around and get better. I'm going with the Dutch low tiers for this, plus Hawkins teaches everyone an important lesson. There is no point going up this check tree line. I think both contenders here teach everyone to not go down this line, but that's pretty honest. But now let's go through a slew of comments about the Hawkins on here. Alistair Rage says, the Hawkins, you are our last hope. And it is. It defeated the dark horse of the Dutch light cruisers, which we all were surprised on how far they got in this tournament. Hiromi Ishimaru here is, if Sevastopol can't win, then this ship should. Hawkins walks in proudly. That is true. Hawkins comes in and demolishes it in the end, though it was tight in the first bit. It was a little bit scary there. Woodchips 908 says, let's go Hawkins for democracy. Absolutely. All of the Helldivers 2 memes. All of the Helldivers 2 memes on this one. Mr. WB Jinx. Hawkins has one purpose and one purpose only, to remind people that you should not grind British heavy cruisers. Other than that, it's a damage pinata to get your citadels and damage before it's gone. pretty much. This line is a bit of a rough one, though I will say, if you do have Jellicoe and a lot of free XP, I would definitely suggest getting the Goliath. It might work better than it is for me, but I've seen some really good plays with it with certain people, so that's better. But is the grind worth getting a merely competitive tier 10 with a legendary commander? I'll let you guys decide that in the comments down below. ACS2 says Hawkins will be the winner. Dutch are bad, but 3 is not enough to overcome how awful this ship can be. Absolutely. And then finally, someone put a little bit of a bet here. We have Severus here. If Hawkins wins, I'll research it immediately. Okay. Alright. Time to pony up. Time to research it. Time to play it. You gotta let us know in the comments. Let us know how it is, because now we're gonna be waiting for the results here. And you said it right here. If Hawkins wins, you'll research it immediately. We'll be waiting. And finally, let's talk about the last 2 matches in the battle to the bottom, with the 3rd place matchup being the dark horses of the Dutch low tiers versus the weakling Italian Leone. And then the finals matchup, one that we have all been waiting for, the HMS Hawkins versus the HMS Drake. This will be a fight to know which ship is in fact the worst ship in World of WoWsBlitz. So get ready for the polls, as the first matchup will be coming up shortly after this video goes live. I'm glad all of you have been enjoying this series. I have been enjoying doing this, and I have been enjoying also getting dressed up. I always do like a good reason to bring the suit out. But hopefully you all have a fantastic weekend. Vote for democracy, and have a good weekend, everyone. Peace.